Hey, Justin.
Hey, Griffin.
No soup for you. You remember him?
Yeah, King of Queens. Classic.
That classic King of Queens bit. We're gonna play some Nom Nom Galaxy if you would oblige me in
I'd
doing
be
so.
happy to. This is this one of those pixel junk
It's
games?
a pixel junk game. It's not called pixel junk anything. It's just called Nom Nom Galaxy.
I
It
mean, it says
dropped.
pixel junk right there, so I guess you're kind of basing that on your own preconceived notions or something.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's this game is gonna be so difficult to explain what it is, especially to like a Neanderthal like you.
Yeah, Cro-Magnon, like myself.
So I'm guess we'll just take it one step at a time. It is a exploration, survival, business management soup game.
Minecraft, sort of.
It super isn't. I know maybe you think that because I'm destroying squares in the earth to collect resources to build my soup base, but I promise you, it is a far cry from that
This is
particular
Far
game.
Cry.
This is Far Cry, yes. Thank you.
Okay, got it.
So basically, what I'm doing here is I'm drilling out the earth because I need to build a soup base.
Perfect.
I'm in a race for global soup business domination. That blue stuff that I keep drilling out of the ground there, that is what is that? Those are resources that I can
Who,
use to build.
who are you racing?
I am. Oh, that thing just disappeared. That was bad. I am racing my soup rival, who is Mega Soup Incorporated.
And what are you? What are you
I
called?
am Soup. The name of my company is Soup Company.
Soup Company.
So
Okay.
not like
Not great. Can you update that or change it or?
I haven't figured out how. Maybe you can. Maybe that's a perk later in the
Seems
game.
like you should be able to. I mean, I know that that hat comes with its own set of headaches.
Yeah, because like then I have to take it to legal. I'd have to get
Yeah.
logistics on it. I would have to
Yeah.
get marketing would have to start completely over.
Yeah, you need a new jingle. And I love that current.
You love the current Soup Co jingle.
You remember.
Oh sure.
Drink it down,
Yeah.
slurp it up,
Yep.
get ready for a loving cup.
That was
Get
good.
your soup on at Soup Co.
So you said soup a lot in the jingle, which is good
That's the
because
key thing about jingles is you have to say the thing that they are a lot. A lot.
so what I just did was I built a soup machine in my base, and then all you have to do is drop two ingredients in there, and then
Which two?
any two.
Okay.
And it'll discover a new kind of soup. But now that machine is only going to be used for sunflower stew or whatever it was called. So after you have your soup thing ready to roll, you need to build a rocket to shoot your soup into space.
Want to get cold?
The soup?
Yeah.
That's a good point. And
Thanks.
space needs oxygen to breathe, or soup
Yeah.
does. Oof, I'm
Let your
just
soup breathe.
all fluster. So got my soup. I'm gonna drop it right in there. So I can keep rocking this sunflower soup because I mean it's pretty easy to find the ingredients that I need for it. But I gotta diversify sort of my soup portfolio, or else people are gonna get sick of my soup and I'm gonna start losing market share. The point of the game is to get 100% market share. So right now, I'm sending out my first batch of soup. It's gonna put me way in the lead over my rival.
Is this like a constant struggle? Are you constantly pushing back and forth?
Yes, yes. Once they start expanding their business practices, then they're going to start taking back the market share. So one of the things you kind of have to keep in mind is that you have to keep your sort of operation sustainable. So for instance, I could take this vine thing back and turn it into soup, or I can plant it and then hopefully get extra stuff out of it later. So it makes
Okay.
sense to try and like instead of just burning through all the resources, because you want to try and keep as much stuff close to your base as possible, so you're not making these long trips underground. Because A, it's going to slow down your production pipeline, and B, you have an oxygen meter that if you spend too much time out of your base, you'll die.
Okay, so like right now, you're out of your base.
I'm out of my base, yeah, but what I can do, so at any time, as long as you get the resources for it, you can expand your base. So I can put one of these guys in.
Oh,
I can put one of these guys in. So now, when you're in your base, also you can sort of hover and float around, which makes it easier to get around and to also throw stuff in there. So Right now, I am the only production worker on the soup line. You feel me?
Yeah, you're the only one working the soup grind.
But what I can do is build little robots that will help me out.
Oh, that's nice. Well, what do the resources look like? How do I know when I see a resource?
They're in a little ball. They're in a little sphere.
Okay.
So,
but I don't know what resource it is.
No, I mean, you do. It is. If it's a blue mushroom, then you know you're going to get a blue mushroom out of it. Oh, you're talking about the resources that you need to build the base. Those are just little blue squares in the ground. So the game is broken down into days. We just finished day 1. I guess week 1. No, day 1. And you can see what you sold, how your business is doing, what is popular, what's earning you the most money. There's also a tree where you can research new things that you can add to your base. But I didn't find any of the things that I need to do that. There are little yellow floppy disks that you can find in the ground that will give you research. But I didn't get any on that day.
I don't really understand contextually how someone even comes up with something like this. Where do they get their ideas, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay, I didn't mean to punch my robots, but they just took my soup for me, and they just put it in the thing. So what I can start doing now is instead of having to schlep all the way back here and, like, putting things into the soup machines, I can just toss resources into my base, and then my robots will take care of it for me.
So I see sometimes you punch things, and sometimes you use like some sort of tool.
The drill is mainly good for drilling through the ground. It's not very good at like damaging things, but punching is a good way to collect stuff. Ooh, there's a lot of those flowers up there. So like I know that I want to get a lot of flowers because I have that as part of my production pipeline. So what I can do is I can take this grass and I can plant this down here so I don't have to go as far to get to it next time. I can take this flower and I can drop it down here. And try and create little like resource gardens for yourself so that you do not have to go as far, because like days will get away from you really quickly. So I can just toss those to my buds and they'll go put that in the soup machine for me.
Your rocket's back, Griffin.
Thank you, Justin.
Update. So I can
just start tossing resources in there, and then they're gonna get that soup for me. Yeah. And then they're going to go put that in the rocket. So I don't have to like waste time doing that.
Those are the only two resources you're interested in right now, are the ones for like whatever soup that is, for like sunflower stew or whatever.
There's sunflower stew, but I also have resources. I can go around and find mushrooms and vines that I need to make this soup. Or I can...
So you decide what kind of soup the machine's going to make by putting the first two ingredients into it.
Right. And then it is sort of locked down. Or what I can do is for cheaper, you can see it costs $400 to make one of those recipe makers. I can make another mushroom stew thing and like really just like make a mushroom and vine garden right next to my base, and then my dudes will basically take care of it for me.
Do the whims of the market dictate what kind of soup people want? Do they get tired of a certain kind of soup or their soup trends?
So I haven't figured that out yet. Because there definitely is, like, sometimes you will get a lot more market share for certain types of soup. Sometimes people will get, like, super tired of a certain kind of soup. You can see right now that I am now making soup faster than my rockets can ship it, so I need to probably make another rocket ship.
That's pretty exciting, though. I watched a lot of Shark Tank, and I know that this is a big moment for when your purchase orders or POs exceed your ability to output. Then that's a really exciting time for any young business.
Right. So what I need from you, what I'm asking for is $150,000 in exchange for 3% of soup.
You're sitting here. You're insulting me. You're coming to me for money. What I'd like to suggest is a licensing deal. I'm not going to take any of your company. You've earned that. You keep it. What I am going to suggest is a licensing deal. For every can of soup you sell, I'm going to get 2% until I get my money back, and then that is going to drop to 50 cents per can of soup.
Here's what I'll offer you instead, because that was terrible. That was a terrible deal, and I hated it. I will give you 3% in perpetuity for the lifetime of my brand in exchange for perpetuity of the means of acquisition, and I also want to merge with Disney. Can you do that for me?
I can make 3 calls and get you a meeting with Disney. Anybody can do that. That's not something special.
Which Disneyman?
Sorry?
Which Disneyman?
The mouse. Mickey. I can get you a meeting with Mickey.
I didn't know that he was sort of in charge of their funds and their acquisitions and their mergers.
He's the world's oldest mouse, and he runs the whole company.
Come on.
He's one of the Illuminati. He's the first Illuminati.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I probably want to make a new soup machine.
Okay.
Because
variety, diversification.
Got to diversify, but also like I'm tossing a bunch of mushrooms and stuff up in there now. I got a lot of vines going now.
So will they just if you do not have a machine for a specific ingredient, will they just ignore it? Your robots?
Yes. So I got enough. Here's what you know what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna buy more robots.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea.
So now I got
more slave labor.
Okay. Well, don't think of it like that.
Well, that's the only way to think of it because that's what it is.
So I need to go get some more resources if I want to build a new machine. Here's some. I don't think I'm going to get there, though, before the day is out.
How can you tell? Oh.
It's funny, actually, the game... You can't hear this, but it messed with me the first couple times I heard it. The game makes a cell phone interference sound. Like that... You know that noise?
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
It does that to signify.
I usually find it kind of annoying, but when you replicate it with your mouth, it sounds very pleasing to me from an auditory perspective.
I'm like Michael Winslow over here. Okay, so I need to go get those resources. The game has a really nice sort of like physical feel to it because you have to like build these tunnels, like these literal resource pipelines that you can sort of just toss stuff in and forget it. That is like I have found like the best way to succeed at the game is to like develop an actual like mechanical network for your stuff to go through. There's also moments where enemies will attack your base and you have to have ways to defend it, which
cool.
Hopefully try and get to here in a second. So I should mention this game is in early access. It is pretty early access. Case in point, there's... Oops, I didn't mean to eat that. Well, okay. There's no saving.
Okay.
So, like, if I stop playing right now, that's just it. Which is kind of a shame because it seems like games take a while, man. Like, a while.
So what's the end state? I mean, you just, like, lose or win?
No, you get 100% of the market share. I've never actually done it because it takes a while. I actually keep running into like these.
So like if you do it though, is that like game over? Do you like win the game?
You win, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But there's different planets that you can try and do it for. So I just built a few shot towers that will try and defend my base, although they're pretty ineffective. Well, if I really want to get ahead, what I need to do is find more of those little yellow floppy disks because they let you research new tools that are going to be more effective at fighting off dudes. Oh, dude's in my base. This is terrible.
Can you... Yeah, fight back.
Killed him. Murdered him.
Wow, this is brutal business, right? Oof. Greed is good, I thought.
No.
Now, you want to punch in his direction,
Thank
right?
you, Justin.
Okay. I didn't know. I've never played before. I'm just a layman.
Yeah, the game gets really challenging because your competitor will get, like, super good very fast. You can tell I'm only 2 cans of soup ahead of him. I've got like a little bit more market share than him, but where it really gets into where we get into the S is like when we have spoken for all the market share and then we're just trying to steal each other's. I'm still not exactly how... Uh-oh. Oh, no! I blocked my rocket, Justin.
No, man.
Do you see what I've done up there?
That used to happen to me all the time in middle school.
That's gross. Don't say that on camera. So now I have to mine. That's kind of a waste.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, what resource are you using to buy these things?
That was just money.
Okay.
You earn money for selling soup. You probably figured that out.
And you sell soup at the end of the day, right? Not like as you go.
No, as you throw soup into your rockets, it takes the soup up, sells it, and then the rocket comes back down. And while the rocket is away, you can't really do anything with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's
Is
a
it
lot of moving parts up in this game, so...
Is it possible that it could come back with some sort of interplanetary virus that would infect you and everything that lives on your planet?
And kill all my robots. So
kill
you see,
everything.
That was a good can of soup that person just sold. I don't think it was me, and they got like a ton of market share for it. The systems in this game, like I feel like there are like a lot of economic systems. I just don't understand what they are because the tutorial is actually fairly bare bones, which is a shame because...
Well, it's still so early. You know, I think people in early access, by and large, like enjoy learning mechanics. I think they like that sort of unexplored territory. There's another game that you and I played recently, Starbound, that is very much the same way. I mean, it does not explain a lot, but I think the idea is that people who are in a game early, you know, like to try to figure these things out. Yeah. Plus, you know, as you tweak these systems in this early process, like you don't want to have to redo your tutorial.
Sure.
I imagine you want to have that fairly set before you do a tutorial thing.
There is some stuff though that is like very early. Like there's no way to pause the game, which I don't know if that's something they're going to add. They mentioned that it might be tricky for like when they start doing online. There's also no online option. There is 2-player co-op, but it's local only right now.
Is it possible this is online? Like, if it doesn't have pause, there's no way to save it. It makes it feel like you're competing with somebody online. Is it possible that you're doing that? And not even knowing it?
No, that's crazy what you just said. All that stuff
Whoa.
you just said was...
I just frog fractioned this whole thing.
You did. You dug a little bit too deep. So yeah, I got a bunch of research that time. So now I can use this to... Ooh, this guy might be handy. The missile tower might be good. I'm actually going to get the missile tower. Yep. So now I can buy those missile towers, which are way more effective at fighting off attackers. If attackers get to your base and destroy it, it's game over. So you have to be pretty cognizant of that. Robots are moving a little slow for my taste.
Can you send out like things to kill the other guys?
Can I send out things?
Can you send out like things to attack his base?
Oh no, I don't think it's corporate subterfuge or anything like that. I think it's just...
You can't hire your own Asa Slagoath?
I didn't understand.
Asa Slagoath?
Oh, like from Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Is that your Willy Wonka impression?
That's my Asa Slagoath impression.
It's pretty good. Can you say Everlasting Gobstopper in that?
Everlasting Gobstopper.
Okay. You kind of went bad guy from the first Indiana Jones movie for a second, but...
All right. What are those stars down there?
Oh, that's oxygen. It's a little oxygen pocket. So that blue bar is my oxygen. If I stay out of my base for too long, I'll die. So I'm not going to do that. Don't try and get me to do that.
Just this once. For the video, I mean.
I mean, it would just take a really long time. It would make actually for a pretty boring video.
Just for the video. Now that is your health bar, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to dead.
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious too. I hope they find a better place for that when the game comes out, because it's like very... Like,
I mean, it's also on the screen twice right now, which seems a little bit redundant.
The only other person I know that's that aware of their own mortality is me. Constantly.
Drop that in there. This is actually not a bad little soup operation. I may, because I just found a bunch of resources, I may try and expand my base a little bit. So what I can do is I can build like a little 3-way thing here. So now I got that. Oh shit.
Oh my god. Minecraft.
Why is that like that? Alright, just be more careful. There we go. Okay. You can pick it all up. It's not that big a deal.
Is there a way to fly?
So it's weird. There's like a pogo stick you can build. It's one of the research kit tools, but it's not like a constant thing. It's like an actual physical object in the world. You just have to like...
Because like, I don't know how you're going to get back up to your base.
Whoa.
So you're flying.
I mean, you can fly in these tubes. These tubes let you sort of defy the laws of gravity.
Okay, well there. Okay.
So now, because this is what I'm talking about, like I basically built a railroad for my junk.
So if you throw junk in that little hole there...
Oh, sometimes it gets hung up on the walls, which I hope is not a feature.
There you
of the game. So I'm actually not doing super hot right now because there's nothing down here. Like, I have completely exhausted this place just because I haven't been playing very efficiently. But what I can do is I can sort of give this area a rest and plant some junk down here, and then when I come back tomorrow, it'll be a little richer in resources. How am I doing?
That's
Okay.
an important lesson about renewal.
You think you own whatever land you land on. It's beautiful. So
have you ever heard the wolf cry?
Right. Terrific.
With the blue horn soup.
Okay. So I'm not going to make that same mistake up here. Plant one, take one. That's sort of my general philosophy. Plant, have a flower, leave a flower. Just toss that in
This
there.
looks like a pretty good game.
It's
zenned out watching it.
The music is real chill. It's super chill music for bros to vibe out to. Is sort of how I would define it.
Bros only.
Well, I mean, bros of any ilk can really jam out and just really chill and vibe to these tunes.
Now, why are you doing? You're doing slave labor right now. You're picking up your own ingredients like a commoner, and loading it into the machine.
Nope, I don't want to turn the title screen. You're right. I'm gonna buy just a bunch of these dudes. Okay, so they're gonna be going real fast now. What was the last guy I bought? Oh, missile towers, right?
Don't block
I won't.
your rocket. Now, what's that number on top of the tower?
Those are how many shots the shot towers have left. The missile towers, as far as I can tell, don't have that requirement. Oh, one important thing, and boy, did I mess this up the first time I tried to make a run through this game. Your base parts have to be touching or else they won't have any power.
Oh.
Yeah, so there are terrible things that can happen. There are enemies that will destroy the land. They'll sort of like de-terraform the area, and if they do that underneath your base can collapse. And then it's like entire sections of it can lose power. You can take these struts, which is one of the research items, and try and like prop it up so that doesn't happen. I'm gonna buy a little storage unit, which will let me save a little bit more extra stuff. But yeah, this is the game. So local co-op is available now. I haven't played it quite yet, but I imagine it would actually be pretty fun.
Wonder how it splits the screen.
See, I don't know, but it's not that like, I don't know, busy of a game. So, yeah, I don't think that splitting the screen would actually be too bad of a problem.
I want it to be like Xenophobe and just split down the middle, and then have both of you like do your own thing.
What did you just? Xenophobe?
Remember that game Xenophobe on NES?
Not really.
Somebody will say it in the comments. They'll link to a video, and I'll be like, "That's the one."
Is that like the game Anticipation? You remember that one?
Are we just gonna do it? Man, you remember Ecto Cooler?
Whatever happened to Squeeze It's, right?
What's your favorite cereal that is no longer made?
So this is Nom Nom Galaxy. It's an interesting game. It's I don't know.
Answer my goddamn question, you sycophant.
What did you ask?
What's your favorite cereal that's no longer made?
Waffle Crisp.
Oh, that's a good one. Remember French Toast Crunch?
Yeah, of course.
Wow, that went down smooth.
So yeah, this is Nom Nom Galaxy. Check it out. It's
some Smurfberry cereal.
It's really
circulation.
It's interesting. It is still very early access, but I think there's some really cool ideas going on here. It's I don't know. It's exciting to play like a game that is sort of a genre that I've never done before because I have.
What do you mean soup? Soup genre?
It's exciting to play a game of the soup genre because like I've never played a soup game before, so I don't have any preconceived notions or soup strategies. So trying to build those soup strategies on the fly it's exciting.
What I like about this versus Minecraft is there's a point, you know?
Yeah, and the point is soup. You can actually make soup in Minecraft, I should point out. But this soup is better, I bet. Justin, thank you for joining me for this very soup-heavy... wow, my base just destroyed like a bunch of dudes that were attacking. I didn't even notice that. Thank you, Justin, for being just there for me when I need you to be.
Drink it down.
Okay.
Slip it up.
Okay.
Prepare yourself for a loving cup. Get your soup on at Soup Co.
I'm sending him to heaven. Bye, little soup explorer. And bye, everybody, for who's watching this still.
He's going up there to tell Michael Jackson about the great song I wrote.
The end.